Take a listen.
And it goes to the issue of both competence and credibility. It is irresponsible for an elected official in her capacity to be discussing highly sensitive things on a format that she had to have known was not fully secured.
That the sitting national security advisor, right now, Jake Sullivan, was sending and laundering classified documents into an unclassified server. People look at that and say, whoa, wait a minute. There was prosecutorial discretion there. They didn't prosecute. They didn't go after these folks in all of these other instances.
Mishandling classified information is still a violation of the Espionage Act. It started with Hillary Clinton. It has continued without accountability.
Right.
People haven't paid a price for that, and that's
any security professional, military, government, or otherwise, would be fired on the spot for this type of conduct and criminally prosecuted for being so reckless with this kind of information. The fact that she wouldn't be held accountable for this, I think, blows the mind of anyone who's held our nation's secrets dear, who's had a top secret clearance like I have and others, who know that even one hiccup causes a problem, let alone a standard procedure like this.
So even by their own mouths, Pete Hegseth, Michael Walls, all the Trump administration, in their previous statements, they acknowledge that this type of screw-up should result in the person being fired, they resign in disgrace, or even worse, they get if this was any other person in the military that did something like this and divulged a type of secret information, they would get court-martialed, and absolutely they would get fired, no doubt about it, for sure. So let's see what's going to happen here in the future. But in this video, I wanted to talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene. There was a video that came out about her and her despicable behavior towards a reporter. That, knowing her, it's not that shocking, but it is disgusting. The fact that she is American and this is how our citizens act here, and she is in a position of power. So before I do that, I just want to say that right now there is a big fundraiser going on for some Ukrainian troops, and I will have the link in the description. The first trucks were just delivered, and yeah, so let's jump in. So for those of you that follow politics, I'm sure you're aware about the huge scandal that's still unfolding as we speak in the Trump administration with Pete Hegseth and everybody. They have still yet to take any accountability for their mistakes. They keep on trying to change the wording of war plans, attack plans, or whatever. Regardless, we all know, the ones at least with the brain know, that this was secret, classified information that should not have been open to, especially reporters like Jeffrey Goldberg. Nothing against Jeffrey Goldberg, but like Marco Rubio said, that type of information is not for journalists to have. It could have gotten to the wrong hands, and it absolutely could have resulted in Americans losing their lives. So this administration, Pete Hegseth, knowing he should have known better not to be having these conversations on an app like Signal, especially when they have previously been warned not to use the app because there has been Russian hackers that have gotten into it or attempted to. So they should know better, being in that position. And there were senators and a lot of people in the government warning of Pete Hegseth not being capable of being in this position. He's not qualified enough. He's not experienced enough to be in the position that he now has. And he is so cocky. And the funny thing is, well, it's not really funny because it's putting Americans in danger and in jeopardy. But the funny thing is, it is kind of funny because he's so cocky. But I mean, I wish he could see how much of a fool he looks like, because he's cocky for, I don't know why. He's incompetent. Everybody's laughing at him because he's so incompetent. And I know what I'm doing. He clearly, obviously, he doesn't know what the hell he's doing, or there wouldn't be this huge scandal that's taking place right now. But it is very serious. and there does need to be some accountability. And I really hope that our country gets it, because he should not be who is responsible for our defense in our country, because clearly he's going to end up getting somebody in our country killed, if not hundreds, thousands, who knows how many. But it's only been 60 days that he's had this position. Who knows the damage that he's going to do with our defense in 4 years of him being in charge of our defense. So we'll see how that goes. But jumping right along to Marjorie Taylor Greene in this um, interview, I guess you could call it, she shows her real colors, which we all know she's racist. She's as racist as these MAGAs come. And she doesn't hide it, but it's because she gets away with it, and she is in a position of power, which is super, super dangerous. I don't know how this woman got elected to her position that she's at currently. But, anyways, let's jump into this clip, and you guys could see what I'm talking about. And it is, oh, it's frustrating, because she is a person representing our country, being in government. She's supposed to be caring about the American people, and she is absolutely so aggressive and just a nasty woman. She's a nasty woman, a racist woman, and she should be in a wrestling ring. She should absolutely be in a wrestling ring. Just take a look at her, and she's. Anyways, let me play this clip.
Yep. Anybody else?
Should the Defence Secretary...
What country are you? Wait, what country are you from?
From the UK.
Okay, we don't give a crap about your opinion and your reporting. Why don't you go back to your country where you have a major migrant problem?
Okay,
and you, no. You should care about your own borders.
Do you care
no,
about
no,
American
I
lives
no,
being put
no.
at risk?
Let me tell you something. Do you care about people from your country? What about all the women that are raped by migrants?
Do you care
No,
about
by migrants. No, do you care? Okay, you're done.
Do you care about
not,
American lives being put at risk?
You know what? I don't
about
care.
service members fighting for your country.
I don't care about
and
your
vice
fake news.
president
Do you have a
and your
relevant
defense
question?
secretary?
Yeah, this is an American journalist. Thank you.
I'm an American, and I'd like to hear your answer to what she's asking.
I'm not answering her question
All right,
because
I'll
I
ask
don't care about her network. If you would like to ask, I can
Do you
answer.
have any concerns whatsoever about the complete disregard of operational security from the top level of this administration?
You want to know about complete disregard about operational security? You should talk about the Biden administration and how they ripped our borders open to terrorist, cartel, child sex trafficking, human trafficking, and drug trafficking across our borders for 4 years. The Trump administration is doing a great job, and I stand by their statements.
So you have
I
no-
stand
no
by their
comment
statements.
whatsoever about
My comment to you is I'm thankful to President Trump that he is leading us out of wars, that he's ending the war in Ukraine, where American lives could have been killed if Joe Biden was still president today, whether he liked it or not. We're talking about NPR and PBS today. We're talking about fake news that was funded with federal funding from American taxpayers. That's what this is about today, not journalists from the UK that should care about
A
their own.
journalist is being vilified for exposing failings in the way that your government conducts itself. Is that what that journalist is doing?
And this is who majority of Americans have elected to run our country. I mean, there's too many things going on here that are not good, obviously, with what she just did. Um, but of course, like I stated earlier, this Trump administration only knows how to talk about past problems, other people's faults. They can never own up to what is going on right now and the colossal screw ups that they have done in these first 60 days. Double digit days, man. They haven't even been here freaking 4 months, 3 months, whatever. They have not been here this long, and they have made this big of mistakes in just this short amount of time. Who knows about all the other things that nobody even knows about yet? But this woman absolutely should not hold any power. I mean, it's dangerous when people have anger and hatred towards other types of people, other types of countries. That's not who should be running this government. Our government is made to represent our country and do what's in the best interests of the people that live here. That is not what this Trump administration does, and it's extremely dangerous. They are doing more and more just completely disregarding judges. I mean, just so many things that are dangerous, and they're doing it because they've been able to get away with it this far. It doesn't have to do with Republicans or Democrats, independents, or anything like that. It has to do with what's right for our country. And this administration, what they're doing is so dangerous, un-American, and just showing. I mean, everybody around the world is hating us. I mean, I don't know how to put it. They're representing us and giving us such a bad look as a country that it's very embarrassing. It's un-American, and it's gonna, after this administration has their time and is gone, it's gonna take a long time to make up to our allies and friends, to build back all this trust that they have absolutely disregarded, do not care about, and quite frankly, I mean, I don't know. I could go on and on and on about this administration and how they are only doing what is in their interests. And the sad part is that so many Trump supporters actually think that they care about them. Um, there's so many videos that I come across where there are ex-Trump supporters that regret themselves voting for them. Um, and they should. But the sad part is nobody's giving them sympathy because they caused this problem, and that's the truth of it. They voted for a man that is screwing up our entire country, and nobody has sympathy for them. They, because they voted for them, they put the rest of us Americans in this horrible, horrible predicament. And it just got started. That's a scary thing. But what are Americans doing to combat this type of stuff? Well, in my town, there has been protests that usually go on Saturday and Sunday, I believe. And I managed to go there briefly last weekend, which was pretty cool to see. They're getting pretty organized, and they do plan on doing this here in the future. So I definitely plan on going there and getting some opinions, talking to some people, and seeing what is going to happen from here and what are they going to be doing to combat this. And there's make no mistake about it. People are waking up and they know that they're needing to do something. So I'm glad that here in my city, Maricopa, Arizona, there are people that are getting organized to do what they can in their power, the best that they can, to combat this administration and everything negative that they are doing to the American people in our country, starting with obviously this city. I know other peoples are organizing other protests and boycotts of Tesla and all that other good stuff throughout the country. I do shows with other people that live around the US, and they're involved in, checking out their protests in their city and so on and so forth. But on another note, the fundraiser for the Car for Ukraine, for the Ukrainian troops that have been getting trucks, the first delivery of them made it to Ukraine. I know my channel wasn't able to raise that much money, but it just started. It's my first campaign with my channel, and I plan to absolutely do everything in my power. So hopefully, if you're still in the video at this point, you could check out the link in the description, Car for Ukraine. Go under my part, Rudy's reaction, and make your donations. It really goes a long way, and it really does save lives to get these Ukrainian troops to and from the battlefield. So, anyways, I will hopefully be able to make some more videos here in the future. Um, I have some extra free days coming up. So, anyways, I plan on doing some shows this weekend on, I think, the Shills and Mercado Media. So that should be fun. But anyways, everybody have a good weekend, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.